Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about some NBA news. We're going to go over all the free agency moves from yesterday and some news from NBA Central, but we're getting some breaking news here today that free agent Klay Thompson, he plans to join the Dallas Mavericks on a 3-year, $50 million deal with a player option. Sources tell ESPN. Thompson ends his historic Warriors run as part of a multi-team sign and trade that'll also send Josh Green to Charlotte. So this is kind of a sign and trade, sending Josh Green to Charlotte. And what am I going to say Warriors get? Probably going to get nothing. But yeah, thankful for all the good times Klay Thompson brought the Warriors. But honestly, it was time for him to move on. If he does good with the Mavericks, so be it. But also, I just think it was time for him to move on, go to a new team, new scenery. But it definitely sucks not having now Splash Brothers on our team. But and an update on this, Thompson will do a straight 3-year deal without a player option. So honestly, he was accepting anything at this point. He probably had other offers, like I'm sure he did. But zero state taxes in Texas also plays a part. And I don't know what the Warriors or Lakers were offering him. But Thompson had 4-year offers for more money, but taking less was offset by the chance to win a 5th championship with the Mavs, and difference, as I was talking about, in state taxes. Agent Greg Lawrence of At West Basketball led Thompson in serious talks with the Mavs and Lakers, among others. Thompson and Lawrence met with the Mavericks GM on Sunday night to dig into the details of that partnership, which ended up happening, sources said. The Warriors and Mavericks are still working through details of a sign and trade, which includes Hornets sending the Mavericks 2 second-round picks for Josh Green. One of those picks could end up against State. Thompson will land in Dallas on a 3-year deal. So, yeah, we get a second-round pick. I mean, it's just a joke. I mean, what are my Warriors doing, ladies and gentlemen? What are we doing? Picks and cash? I mean, what are we doing? Mike Dunleavy is ruining this franchise. Oh, my God. But anyways, this is about the Dallas Mavericks and Klay Thompson. I like this move. It'll get them some shooting. But I thought they need... Well, I mean, they have big men. I could have said, oh, they need a big, but they have Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford. But where's Klay going to play? Because you have Kyrie, you got Luka. Is Klay going to play the 3? That's going to be interesting. Or maybe he could come off the bench, but I don't think you're paying him 3 years, $50 million to come off the bench. So it could be maybe, say, Luka, Kyrie, and Klay. You have 3 guards out there in your starting lineup. We'll see. It should be interesting. Free agent forward Nick Batum has agreed on a 2-year, $9.6 million deal to join the Los Angeles Clippers. Sources tell ESPN. Well, he's back, so I guess it's less money. He really wanted to go back to LA. I thought the Sixers were a better fit, but hey. So, the Boston Celtics majority ownership group, led by WYC Wyc Grousbeck, is planning to make the franchise available for sale. Sources tell ESPN the investment group purchased the team in 2002, a massive development for one of sports' most valuable priorities per Woj. That's crazy that he's having to sell the franchise. I wonder who's, I mean, maybe it's the perfect time to sell. You can make some money, but hey, you're cashing out while you get cashing out, going out on top. And they'll sell a majority interest in early 2024 or early 2025, with the balance closing in 2028. So they got a few more years to win. So, Boston Celtics guard Derek White has agreed on a 4-year, $125.9 million contract extension, sources tell ESPN. The deal includes a player option, and that's a huge priority. That was a huge offseason priority for the reigning, defending champions, and they re-signed Derek White. Deserved. I mean, I knew they were going to bring him back. Brad Stevens is the GOAT. And they had money. Plus, plus, why do you think the owners are trying to sell the team? That luxury tax ain't going to be pretty for them. But yeah, I guess, well, they have a lot of money. They're a billion-dollar franchise. Free agent guard DeLon Wright agreed on a 1-year, $3.3 million deal with the Milwaukee Bucks. Sources tell ESPN. I mean, he could be a decent rotation piece, a good defender. So, I like the move. Free agent center Luka Garza is returning to the T-Wolves on a 2-year deal. 2-time National Player of the Year out there. They should play him right at this point. The Utah Jazz and center Drew Eubanks have agreed on a 2-year, $10 million deal. Dude, they paid Drew Eubanks $10 million. He might be the worst player in the NBA. Tobias Harris has agreed on a 2-year, $52 million deal with the Detroit Pistons. Oh yeah, this is sure going to help him be better. $30 million for Tobias Harris in 2022. Tobias Harris and Tim Hardaway Jr. on the same team. Dear God, help Pistons fans. Because Tobias Harris is trash and Tim Hardaway's trash. Tim Hardaway Jr., excuse me. Actually... Dude, his agent's performing miracles in real time, getting him a 2-year, $52 million deal. Like, it's either 4 years or, yeah, it's 2 years, $52 million, excuse me. But yeah, 2 years, $52 million, dear God. ESPN sources free agent center Isaiah Hartenstein has agreed on a 3-year, $87 million deal with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Hartenstein leaves the Knicks for the top West seed, aimed at his size, skill, and physicality. Great move. This is probably one of the worst kept secrets of the offseason, that he was going there. And their love could be on a really good team. From last year's 1 seed, adding a really good big man. Like, excellent rim protection, and he does it all. Like, excellent rebounder, especially in the offensive glass, and it translates to winning. So I like this move for them. Jalen Smith has agreed on a 3-year, $27 million deal with the Chicago Bulls. It's quite a lot of money for a guy, for him. I mean, he's solid. I mean, he's a young player, so maybe he could help him. Philadelphia 76ers All-Star guard Tyrese Maxey has agreed in principle on a 5-year, $204 million maximum contract extension. And his agent, Rich Paul, they waited a year on the deal to allow them to maximize the cap space, and now land a $200 million plus contract after his breakout All-Star season at 23 years old. And it's fully guaranteed. There's no options per sources, so he's fully in. And hey, his patience paid off. Kentucky boy got paid. But then we got some big news that dropped at 3 a.m. Free agent forward Paul George has agreed on a 4-year, $212 million maximum contract with the Philadelphia 76ers. Sources tell ESPN. George committed in a meeting with Sixers officials and returns east to join Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey in pursuit of the NBA title. And this news dropped at approximately 3:30 a.m. See, this happened at 3 a.m. Incredible turn of events. I mean, I think the Sixers got better. I think Paul George is still a quality player, and you still have Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, who were really good. And you still have Paul George. You know, he's 34. He's still a really good player. So they've got their big three. So I love this move. Even though, yeah, it's 4 years, $212 million. That's quite a lot. But They had to do something. Kelly Oubre Jr. and the Sixers have agreed on a 2-year, $16.3 million deal for him to stay with Philadelphia 76ers. The deal includes a player option on 2025-2026 season for the Sixers starting two-guard. Najee Marshall agreed on a 3-year, $27 million deal with the Dallas Mavericks. I think it's a good get. 7'1" wingspan. So, I think he's a good player. 41% on corner threes. So, that's what the Mavericks like them guys that shoot them corner threes. Mason Plumlee agreed on a 1-year deal with the Phoenix Suns. Jonas Valanciunas agreed on a 3-year, $30 million deal with the Washington Wizards. Sources tell ESPN. I mean, the Wizards really didn't need him. The Wizards don't even need him. I don't even know why the Wizards were making a move. Okay, he's a beast on the offensive glass, but as a bench bruiser / bridge for Sarr, this is a sweet ad. But for $10 million a year, it's kind of a steal, and they're adding him as a support piece for Sarr. Agent guard Chris Paul's agreeing a 1-year, $11 million plus deal with the San Antonio Spurs. I mean, CP and Wemby's going to catch so many lobs, so that's gonna be really good to help Wemby. James Harden re-signed on a 2-year, $70 million deal. To stay with the LA Clippers, which kind of wowed me because I didn't think they would re-sign him, but yeah, they did. 2 years and $70 million. I just think that's too much for James Harden. I would just move on from him. I'll do another NBA news immediately following this. This is really just going over all the free agency moves. KCP, he left the Denver Nuggets and heading toward Orlando on a 3-year deal, and finalizing a 3-year, $66 million deal for KCP in Orlando. Sources tell ESPN. So, the Magic are paying him quite a lot, but, I mean, he's one of the best transition defenders. Like, he did jump in the passing lanes, and 42% on corner threes, and 47% mid-range shooter. So, I think it's a pretty good move, because that's a really good defender they're adding, and they needed to bring in some defense. So, big time get. That's what they needed, because they were 29th in three-point attempts and 24th in three-point percentage. And I'm not saying KCP will bring him to the top, but I think it can make him better. But I don't know if it moves the needle that much. It can make him a little better, but I don't think it'll make him that much better. A restricted free agent guard Max Christie intends to sign a 4-year deal, a 4-year, $32 million deal to stay with Los Angeles Lakers. The deal includes a player option. Christie, the 35th pick in the 2022 NBA draft, has shown promise as a future LA rotation player. NBA money's insane. I can't believe this dude's getting $32 million. Well, I shouldn't say it's insane. He just doesn't get a lot of minutes. I mean, he's solid when he plays, but he just doesn't get many minutes. So the new NBA salary cap is $140 million. I don't know. 188 for the second apron, first apron's 178, luxury tax 170. I'm not sure it's the 140 million or billion. I don't know. But yeah, this is a lot of money. The super teams right now are probably crying. A restricted free agent, Obi Toppin intends to sign a 4-year, $60 million contract to stay with the Indiana Pacers. He emerges as a top bench contributor for the Eastern Conference finalist. So, great value for both sides. And he was a really good big piece for them when they brought him in. Got much better. The Detroit Pistons hired J.B. Bickerstaff. They are hiring him as the franchise's next coach. He comes to the Pistons after consecutive trips to the playoffs with the Cavs, including the Eastern Conference semifinals. I will never understand the recycled coaches in the NBA, like especially with awful teams. Like he's an awful coach on an awful team. They fired Monty Williams, who was bad, awful, to hire a coach that might be even worse. It's a 5-year deal, and yeah, it'll probably last like 1 year, maybe 2. Yeah, it's gonna be a 1-year deal. But yeah, it's all the pretty much free agency moves and a coaching hire. So next, I'll do another NBA news after this and talk about stuff from NBA Central. But yeah, until next time, have a lot. Peace.